Hello again. So today I'm going to answer the question about requests, and I'm also going to start the conversation about two videos that I'm going to share with you, two music videos, and the stories behind those music videos. So let's answer the question first, which is, do you take requests for cover tunes? I have taken two requests in the past. One of them was on my Christmas album. As I was creating that album, I went up to my wife Shauna and I asked her, is there a song you'd like to hear on this album? And her request was the song Mary Did You Know? So when you hear that version, that was actually a request by my wife. And then later on, I did a version of the song How Great Thou Art. This was for a friend named Dave Anderson who helped me toward the end of the Christmas album. I kind of came to a standstill and was running out of money, and he came in and helped with the last couple of $1,000s of funding on that. And then once I released that album, I was able to quickly sell that album and pay him back right away. But he really helped me when I got to a stopping point and we were almost finished. And so I was grateful to him and asked him if he had a request for the new album, A Light in the Storm. And How Great Thou Art was his request. So that answers those questions. Now, I have also done a couple of dedications. I did a version of Brahms' Lullaby, and that was for my granddaughter. And then I also wrote a song for my wife called A Song for Shauna. But let's talk about the Brahms Lullaby song first. So I have two daughters. One of them is Raven, the oldest, and the youngest is Tila. Raven is technically my stepdaughter, but I have raised her since she was 2 years old. And so when you are with a child from that young until they're in their 20s and you spend all of that time fathering a child, there's a bond that takes place, and I absolutely have no different feeling about Raven than I do Tila. No disrespect to Raven's biological father, but I feel like she's mine. She's my daughter, and there's just no difference between the way I feel about her and Tila. So raising her all these years, when she was in her teens, late teens, she became pregnant with our first granddaughter. And Shauna and I were really young parents. So when Lomi was born, our granddaughter, our first granddaughter, Shauna and I were both 34 years old when we became grandparents. So it was really special. And I wanted to do something to communicate my love for this granddaughter, because she felt, like my granddaughter, even though technically by blood we're not related. In today's day and age, so many families are mixed, and those kinds of distinctions, I think, are something of the past. It's not important to me. It's not important to Shauna. What's important is the love that we have for the people that God puts in our lives. And so based on that, I love my granddaughter just as she is my own, the same as I love her mother, as if she is my own. And I think that's a love that comes from God, and it's a good thing. So now that you have the basic backstory on my oldest daughter and our granddaughter, I'm going to share with you the music video dedicated to our first granddaughter, Lomi. And then after that, we're going to talk about the next song that I dedicated. I hope you enjoyed that video. Now I got a real treat for you. We're actually going to hear from my granddaughter, Lomi. She was spending the day with Auntie Tila, our youngest daughter, and I asked Tila to come into the studio on October 2nd, 2021, which happened to be my birthday. And we were recording George Brian Austin for lead vocal on a song called Forever Hallelujah which is one of the tunes going on my new album, Just Let Go. And during that time, Lomi grabbed a camera and just got in on the fun and started videotaping the session. Face each other. Tila's on camera 1. Lomi's on camera 2. And so, spur of the moment after the session was over, I decided to give her an interview and just see what her thoughts were. So let's see what Lomi has to say.
All right, so who is Jeremie to you?
He is my grandpa, but I look at him as a father figure because growing up, never really had one, so he basically raised me in that perspective.
Being part of this whole experience new to you, what are your takes from it? How are you liking it so far?
I'm really getting more interested in the music and how it's all being produced together, and him showing me the first demo of it really made it interesting to me and made me more invested into it.
So during this whole thing, what do you feel you're connected to in this whole process?
Being connected to him is like I'm connecting with the music because I can feel what he's playing, and you can just sort of feel that. It's hard to explain, but you feel that energy that he brings in his music.
That's really cool. I really like that answer, Lomi. And going forward, would you want to be part of these projects more and to experience more of what Grandpa's life is about in his music?
Yes. Today was really interesting, being in the studio for the first time and seeing all the action basically of everything going together was really nice and fun.
If there's one thing that you would take from today, what would it be?
Hard work does pay off. Hearing that my grandpa has worked on this for 8 years, I think that hard work really does pay off.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Grandpa can tell you all about that, let me tell you. Why do you feel people can connect so much with Grandpa's music?
Not a lot of people connect with God in a spiritual way, and his music brings them together. It's like that glue that they're missing. It's that bond that they're missing, that little click that they're waiting for is his music.
I absolutely agree, Lomi. I think that's a really good answer. Who do you feel Grandpa is as a person and who he is in his heart?
On the outside, physical features, he may look tough and all that and scary, but on the inside, he's really like a teddy bear.
I'm gonna get you. No. I'm gonna get you. You found it. Where's your ear? Oh, there's your ear. Yeah. You fold it. Here goes. Bonk. You fall.
You can talk to him, he can relate to you on different levels, and is just overall a really good person you can be with and be around. It's not that toxic stuff that people think. No, it's the positive and really just nice.
Hey, Lomi. You stink.
So do you.
No, I don't stink. You stink.
You stink.
You know what? You know who stinks?
You.
Tila stinks.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Grandpa stinks.
Okay, we can all agree Clark stinks. Okay, we're
I
good.
got the record button here. I've also got the erase button.
Well, I just want to thank you both. Love you.
Love you.
Yeah. Okay, and love you. Thank you so much.
I love you too.
We'll do this again.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that episode. Real quick, just want to give you some information. If you are looking for these albums, you can find my music on iTunes or Amazon MP3. There's other websites they're available on, but those are the most prominent. You just go into their search engines, you type in Jeremie Heston. My first name is spelled Jeremie, and my last name is spelled Heston. So type those in the search engines and the album should come up and you can download them. They're not very expensive. Also, if you haven't been able to follow every episode of the video series, both season 1 and season 2 are going to be available on YouTube. And you just simply type in Jeremie Heston, My Journey Making Music. And then of course, whatever episode number you're looking for. So for example, Jeremie Heston, My Journey Making Music, episode 1. Type that in and you'll be able to find all of the episodes. Season 1 has 22 episodes, and season 2 I think is going to have 10 or 12 episodes. I'm not sure at this point, but I'll put a little video at the end of those episodes when I get to that. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Thank you for your support, and God bless you.